Okay, picture this. You're looking out at water, and it's this incredibly vibrant turquoise, almost unreal, you know? And
Mm.
there's this soft white sand stretching out, but then right there on the cliffs, overlooking it all, ancient Mayan ruins.
That image, it really nails Tulum's unique appeal, doesn't it? It's not just a gorgeous beach, and it's not just ruins.
Exactly. It's the
It's
mist.
that fusion, yeah. That's what makes it so captivating for so many people.
Right. And that's what we're diving into today, the absolute best of Tulum, Mexico. Think of this as your shortcut, your curated guide to the must-do stuff.
Yeah, pulling from actual experiences, what people are saying online, and importantly, local knowledge, too.
We've looked into it, and we're using the article 12 Best Things to Do in Tulum, Mexico as our sort of guidepost for this exploration.
So the goal here is pretty clear. We want to give you a really solid, engaging picture of the key Tulum experiences.
We want to spark your interest, give you the info you need to really make the most of a trip, but, without just drowning you in details.
Exactly. Avoid the information overload.
Okay, so let's dive in, starting way back with the history and culture, because Tulum is just steeped in it. The big one, the iconic one, is obviously the Tulum ruins.
Yeah, and what's immediately striking is the location, isn't it? Built quite late for the Mayans, 13th to 15th centuries, a time when other big Mayan cities were actually fading.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so this wasn't just some village. It was a powerful coastal city, like a major sea trade hub connecting different Mayan areas. You could just imagine the canoes coming and going.
And visually, it's just wow. Seeing those pyramids, those old buildings right on the cliff edge with that insane turquoise water below. It's kind of breathtaking. Photos don't quite capture it.
They really don't.
The source does warn, though, get there early, right? And bring water. Lots of water.
Oh, absolutely essential advice. Beating the heat is one thing, but also the crowds. Getting there early gives you a much better feel for the place, much more atmosphere.
Makes sense. Okay, so if the Tulum ruins get you hooked on Mayan history, the source points towards two other amazing sites, Coba and Chichen Itza. Let's talk Coba first.
Coba's fascinating because it's different. It was a huge inland city, much older than Tulum, really thriving between the 6th and 10th centuries.
Inland, okay.
Yeah, this massive jungle city, and it had this complex network of raised stone roads, called sakbib, connecting everything. It gives you a sense of this much larger Mayan world away from the immediate coast.
And the main pyramid there, Nohok Mu, you can still climb that one, I think.
Last I checked, yes. And the views are incredible.
Plus, the source mentions these carved statues. Stele, they're called. It sounds like getting a local guide there would be really worthwhile.
Definitely. A good guide can really unlock the meaning behind the carvings, explain the city layout. You just get so much more context than wandering around on your own.
Right. And then there's Chichen Itza. The source calls it unparalleled, which feels about right. It's just so famous, so grand.
It really is on another level. If you think about the timeline, Chichen Itza represents a later, maybe more dominant period in Mayan history. The scale of the pyramids, El Castillo especially, the astronomical alignments, with the equinox serpent shadow, and that huge ball cord, it all points to a really advanced, complex society.
Palaces, temples, those detailed carvings everywhere. It hints at such a rich culture, religion. And the cenotes nearby, those sinkholes, were apparently really important for ceremonies.
Yes, deeply sacred sites.
Again, the advice is clear. Go early, book ahead. It gets seriously busy.
It does. Its fame means planning is key if you want a good visit.
Okay, so that's the ancient world covered. Let's shift gears now to, well, the amazing nature and adventure stuff Tulum offers. First one up is Xcaret.
Xcaret is interesting. It's very much a park, a curated experience, but it does blend natural features with cultural shows really effectively.
Right, sounds like a whole day, maybe
Yeah.
even more. You can swim in underground rivers, walk jungle trails, see birds and butterflies.
An aviary, a butterfly
Yeah.
pavilion.
And snorkeling over a reef, too. That's a lot packed in.
And they mentioned this big show at night, the Xcaret Mexico Espectacular. Sounds like a major production.
It is. Dancers, music, telling the story of Mexico. It's very popular. Plus, they often include food options, like gourmet local dishes.
It seems like it tries to offer a bit of everything: activity, nature, culture, food, all in one place.
Which appeals to a lot of visitors, definitely. Very well organized.
Then there's Zelha Park. That sounds maybe more focused on water activities, being near the beach.
Yeah, Zelha is built around this huge natural lagoon and inlet. So lots of water-based fun, biking trails around it, zip lining, a lighthouse with great views,
Okay.
and then river rafting and tons of snorkeling and swimming. You can explore little caves and grottos, too. It feels very refreshing and active.
And they have restaurants and different ticket options, so you can kind of choose your own adventure level there.
Exactly.
Now, for something that sounds, well, wilder, more natural, the Sian Biosphere Reserve, this sounds incredible. Oh, it really is. Sian means origin of the sky or gift from the sky in Mayan. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Hugely important ecologically.
Wow.
Just massive biodiversity. You've got mangrove forests, canals, jungle, and then out to the coral reef. It's crucial for the planet's health, that whole ecosystem.
And the tours sound amazing, like going through the canals, maybe spotting parrots or crocodiles.
Yeah, potentially. It's their natural habitat.
And then snorkeling on the reef.
Yeah.
Maybe seeing dolphins, sea turtles, rays, even manatees. That would be unbelievable.
It's definitely possible. The wildlife sightings are a huge draw.
The source does stress booking tours early, especially December to April. Peak season, I guess.
Absolutely critical. It's a protected area, so access is managed. The best, most responsible tours fill up fast, particularly in high season. You need to plan ahead for Chiang Kai.
Gotcha. Okay, and we absolutely cannot talk about nature near Tulum without talking about the cenotes. These things are just unique.
They really are, and their origin story is incredible, linked to the Chicxulub asteroid impact.
The one that wiped out the dinosaurs.
That's the one. The impact fractured the limestone bedrock across the Yucatan, creating this huge underground river system. Cenotes are where the roof of those underground caves collapsed, revealing the fresh water below.
Wow. And the Mayans considered them sacred, right? Entrances to the underworld sometimes.
Exactly. They were vital water sources, but also deeply spiritual places used for rituals and ceremonies, which is why the advice to be respectful and avoid sunscreen is so important. Got to protect those delicate ecosystems.
Yeah, absolutely. They look like magical places to swim. So clear.
They are. Each one is different, too. Some are open like big swimming holes. Others are more cave-like, darker, kind of mysterious. It's a swimming experience you won't find many other places.
And sticking with the water theme, for anyone wanting to go deeper, Tulum's apparently a top spot for scuba diving in Mexico.
Yeah, for all levels, too. Beginners to experienced divers.
What makes it so good?
Its location, mainly. It's right there by the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef System. That's the second biggest barrier reef in the world.
Okay, that's big.
Huge. And the water is typically very clear, warm, ideal conditions, really.
So you can get certified there with PADI instructors and then go exploring these offshore reefs, seeing sea turtles, rays, all that colorful coral and fish, maybe dolphins.
Definitely possible. Even small, harmless sharks sometimes. It's just immersing yourself in this vibrant underwater world, a completely different perspective.
Okay, wow. So after all that adventuring, ruins, parks, jungles, diving, sometimes you just need to chill, right? And Tulum's beaches sound perfect for that.
Oh, the beaches are iconic. That powdery white sand, the unbelievable turquoise water, often with the ruins visible in the distance. It's the classic Tulum picture.
Just gorgeous. The source mentions Playa Santa Fe and Playa Pescadores, good for sunbathing, maybe spotting turtles near the shore.
They're lovely stretches.
And Playa Paraiso Beach Club for just kicking back. But it sounds like the whole coast has that vibe of vendors selling things, people doing yoga on the beach.
Yeah, and beach parties too, at places like Casa Colibri Tanca. It's got that mix. You can find quiet spots, or you can find places with more energy, music, socializing.
So you can kind of choose your beach based on your mood.
Pretty much, yeah. That flexibility is part of the appeal.
And if the beach isn't relaxing enough, well, the source mentions Tulum has some spectacular spas.
It does. And there's a real range. You've got the super high-end resort spas, but also more local, maybe more traditional wellness spots.
Like the Temascal ceremony, the sweat lodge thing.
Exactly. That's a really interesting one. It's an ancient indigenous ceremony, very intense, using heat, steam, herbs, meant to be physically and spiritually cleansing. It's quite an experience, not just a simple sauna.
Sounds intense, but maybe really profound. And of course, you can get regular luxurious massages too. They mentioned Cacao Spa Tulum. That just sounds decadent.
Oh, yeah. It taps into that whole wellness travel trend. People looking for relaxation, but maybe also something deeper, more culturally connected.
All right, moving on to something vital for any trip. Food. Tulum sounds like it has some amazing local flavors.
Absolutely. And what's great is how much of it is rooted in Mayan cooking traditions. It's not just generic Mexican food. There's real history there, unique ingredients.
Like cochinita pibil, that slow-roasted pork.
A classic Yucatecan dish. And lots of fresh grilled fish, local vegetables.
The idea of a food tour, like the Eating with Carmen one mentioned, sounds fantastic. Getting away from the main tourist drag, trying authentic stuff.
Yeah, those tours are often brilliant for finding hidden gems and understanding what you're eating.
And they tease trying rare jungle fruits, local herbs, really spicy salsas. Okay, definitely book ahead and go hungry for that.
Good advice. A food tour is a great way to sample a lot and learn about the culture behind the cuisine.
And even if you don't do a tour, just exploring downtown Tulum for shopping and food sounds worthwhile.
Yeah, the town center, away from the beach strip, still has a more local feel. You can find craftspeople selling jewelry, clothes, things that aren't just the standard souvenirs.
Homemade candies, snacks. The source points to Mercado Tulum for fresh fruit and local goods.
Markets are always great for that.
And apparently there's a street food market on Calle Sol at night. That sounds like a must-do for cheap, tasty eats.
Oh yeah, street food is often where you find some of the best, most authentic flavors. And it's a great way to support local vendors directly.
Wow, okay. We have really covered a lot of ground here in this deep dive, from the ancient history that you can still feel,
Very present.
to the incredible nature, the adventure activities, those stunning beaches for relaxing, the spas, and of course, the delicious food. It really does sound like Tulum offers a bit of everything.
It really does. And what's captivating is how it all meshes together. The Mayan past, the unique environment, the modern tourism. It creates this very specific, unforgettable vibe.
Totally. So as you're listening and thinking about all this, maybe ask yourself, what part of Tulum really grabs you? What sparks that feeling of discovery?
Is it wandering through those ancient cities?
Or maybe swimming in a crystal clear cenote, or tasting that authentic food.
Yeah, what resonates most.
And perhaps think beyond what we've covered, based on what calls to you. What other hidden gem might you uncover if you go explore this really captivating part of Mexico?